Hello, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI 100%. I'm Circle Master. Today we're going to level up Celes, and I'll probably do a longer stream and hit one other character up to 99. Since I was unable to stream last night, sort of want to make up for it. Gary says, welcome back, Master of Circles. Thank you, Gary. Welcome back to you as well. Hopefully Celes will not take much more than the hour that Locke took, since she also gets to rock Captain Weapon offering. Gary asks, are you doing magic or vigor? I'm pretty sure I'm doing magic. I am. I'm doing magic. Not vigor. I'm actually doing magic on most of the characters remaining, I believe. Gary says, Mind Reaper, what a name. I tried to set up Restream's social media alerts. So when I started streaming, it should have sent out a tweet. I don't know if it actually did or not. I don't really want to take the time out to check right now. Gary says, I think I went back and forth between her and Terra. Ultimately, I think I gave them both as much as I could of both. Gary says, I did get a notification this time. Did you get a Twitch notification or Twitter? Because I have no control over the Twitch notifications, I don't think. At least I didn't change anything regarding Twitch. Gary says, I'm not really a Twitch face. I did get a Twitch notification though. So yeah, that's all on Twitch. I have no I did not do anything to create input in that. Gary asks, did you try doing a Final Fantasy VI 100% run back in 2015? No. 2015 was when I started Final Fantasy VII. Also, I didn't have my Super Nintendo hooked up at that time. Why? What happened in 2015? Gary says, I thought I saw a tweet from you from that about FF6. Um... I tried, doing something with FF1, but I don't think that was in 2015. That was also on an emulator, so for that. Gary says, honestly, if it weren't for On This Day, I would never remember anything. I don't even know what that is. Gary is on Facebook. I don't use Facebook at all, so I wouldn't know about that. Gary says, anyway, there is a compelling argument to boost Terra and Celeste opposite each other to give one magic max and the other bigger. Well, it's a little late for that argument. Gary says, but since both are magic users natively, magic is fine on both me things. It's an interesting use of the term natively. As if both come with Magic OS installed. Gary says, that's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, Sid. Gary says, and by extension, the evil empire that made such an evil augmentation process possible. Hashtag confronting the structures that created you. Here's a conspiracy theory for you. /wild mass guess / whatever. idiocy you want to attend to this dumb notion. Celeste was never really a returner / rebel. That it was a setup that Celeste was in on to be quote-unquote rescued by Locke and infiltrate the returners. And the only reason that she's fighting against Kefka and Gestel in the Floating Continent is because she wants power for herself. She doesn't want to share it with them. Gary says, but how could they have possibly have known Locke was coming? Well, they did let one returner escape to tell Bannon and the others that South Figaro was being attacked. So they could have anticipated some sort of response and done it in preparation for that. And then when Locke rolls up to that guard that's blocking the halfway point in South Figaro, you know, that passage in the town, and up walks this officer who doesn't look like any officer they have, wearing an ill-fitting uniform, possibly hastily donned. And he goes, oh, it's time for my break? I'll go then. And he goes and says, okay, we've got an infiltrator, so let's set up the plan. So they, you know, bring Celeste down to the basement where he's guaranteed to pass by and set up the thing for him to see. Play acting goes on. She infiltrates the returners. But there is a large inconsistency Gary says, I'm not terribly conspiracy-minded, but the whole Squall is dead thing makes sense for like a second before you start thinking about it. Although scram you blockhead is a weird thing for a guard who is just chasing Locke away to say to him after he thinks he lost him. But yeah, there's wild inconsistency in what goes on. Namely, she tells two different stories about the Magitech infusion process, which is contradicted by someone in Vector. During the march up to the Narsh Peak before the battle where you protect Bannon, she says that the infusion happened when she was a baby, so she doesn't remember. Then when you find out about the research facility and them draining magic from Espers, she says, I was unconscious during the infusion. When the same thing of I was a baby would also fly for why she doesn't remember. Or why she couldn't remember, whether there was Espers involved. But she changes her story. She goes from I was a baby to I was unconscious. And then in Vector, in the cafe, I don't remember if I got to show this in the stream or not, or if the guy was already gone. But there is a guy who gives Kefka's only backstory is like one random NPC in Vector who says that the first person they did the Magitech infusion on was Kefka, and it made him go crazy. So he obviously could not have had that as a baby, because they wouldn't know that a baby went crazy. So he had to have had it as an adult recently enough, and the fact that this is public knowledge means that there's probably a lot of propaganda about we're creating the next generation of soldiers, blah blah blah, whatever. But the other inconsistency is despite the fact that he goes crazy, Celes and Leo continue working side by side with him. And they obviously have animosity since Leo doesn't trust Kefka, Kefka doesn't like Leo. The confrontation at Tomasa, whatever. And then Celes tries to kill him on Floating Continent, but end of Magitech Research Facility, Celes teleports Kefka away. And they don't fight or anything. There's no sign of any struggle, because the next time we see Celes, she is continuing to work with the Empire. And Gestel at the banquet notably asks you what you think of Celes, but doesn't tell you what's going on. Doesn't tell you where she is or anything. So the conspiracy theory is she was a plant, she was never really a returner. She and Leo were trying to either just oust Kefka or commit a coup. And I'm guessing that Celes was pushing for a coup, and Leo was too much about honor to betray Gestel, but he was totally down with getting rid of Kefka. So after they teleported away, or after Celes and Kefka teleported away at the end of Magitech Research Facility, she and Leo put their coup into operation, got Kefka thrown in jail, but Gestel was already on Kefka's side and he was doing his own plot, but we sort of see the side effects of a schism at the top ranks of the Empire and a struggle for power. Gary says, so then why does Celes lead the party that reunites everyone in World of Ruin? Just her love for Locke? No, it's to bring down Kefka. Because she's always hated Kefka. There's been constant animosity, and then, Kefka kills Leo, Kefka kills Gestel. Obviously, Celes already didn't like Kefka, this would just ratchet that up to 11. And the only reason she recruits the returners is because there's nobody else left. Antiform says, this is intense. Gary says, meh, I'm definitely not on board with this theory, your word. Like I said, it's conspiracy theory / wild mass guess / whatever. It's all wild speculation and hearsay and stupidity and reading too much into things, but it's just a fun thing to think about. Gary says Celes is the hero of the second half, although I will admit that TW's localization does not accurately explain her sudden re-entrance into the fold after the Esper Rampage. Let me protect you for once is really in line. Tortoise says you may have already addressed this, but the reason Kefka went nuts is due to the magic testing, yes? Yeah, he was the first recipient of a Magitech infusion and it made him go crazy. Antiform says it'd be fun to hear an FF7 fan just rant for like 5 hours strictly about the plot and theory crafting. Gary says, I'm definitely not on board with the Celes quad double agent theory. Like I said, it's not a serious for real, I believe this to be true theory. It's just a fun thing to consider, I think. That there's just enough you don't know that you could make an argument. It's not a great argument, but you could make it that she's a double agent. I have forgotten to check what level she's at. I just menued to heal her and I forgot to check her level. 'Cause I'm bad and dumb. Yeah, I missed it. Alright, so... No, I'm not going to reset. I'm just going to be a little suboptimal in my, my Esper usage. Honestly... She's already learned flares, so she had Bahamut on earlier. So I think if I just take her to 73 with it, it's the same 3 levels. And it'll be fine. Gary says they say to her on Floating Continent, we'll forgive you if you kill them now, or something like that. Yeah, but they're not saying we'll forgive you for joining the Returners. They're saying we'll forgive you for attempting the coup if you kill them now. Anyway, Penn says, welcome back to the joy of grinding with Circle Master Ross, and then a Bob Ross emoji. Gary says, quote, some happy little level ups right over here. Gary says, no they don't, they never explicitly say that we'll forgive you for joining the Returners, just your betrayal. And the betrayal he's talking about could be a coup against them rather than joining the Returners. Did I gain a level? I didn't. Why do I not have max HP? Yeah, I didn't. I threw on Bahamut, right? Oh my goodness. Gary says, listen, I blame TW for this nonsense, had he translated better. Like I said, I don't honestly believe this. I'm just trying to come up with something to talk about, really. I might as well talk about that. Olivares says, the sweet smell of grinding in the morning. Ken says FF6's translation has its problems, but it's not the total train wreck that was FF Tactics. Oh yeah. That was a mess. Gary says, people also say you can revive Leo and Eris and other nonsense. What gets me is that people believe it. Yeah. Ken says people will believe anything. Gary asked, did they fix Tactics Advance? Oh, duh. Tactics Advance is not a fun game. Alright, I could stop here, actually, and then do my safety save, and if I need one more level, do that. I think I will. Because like I said, she'd already learned Flare, so she already had Bahamut equipped for a while. Yeah, she's already got all this. So I'll do my level 97 safety save, and we'll go on. Gary asks, this is for MP, is that right? No, this is for HP. And Gary, Tactics Advance is a completely different game. It's not a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics. Penn asks, was it that bad? I mostly hear complaints about the law system and nothing else. The law system is dumb. Tying classes and abilities to character race is dumb, I think. Another major design problem was a lot of your strongest weapons and attacks are wholly elemental, and near the end you get a lot of bosses that are immune to holy or absorb holy. And then the story, I really don't care for. Especially the side characters. I mean, it's bad enough that the central conflict is your real life sucks and we're dragging you back to it. But, I mean, the girl's side character thing is that all of her angst is about having to dye her hair. And how she hates dyeing her hair, and then at the end, she's excited about dyeing her hair. So she doesn't even really learn the lesson. Gary says no spoilers, please. Sorry. It's not really a spoiler to say your real life sucks and I'm dragging you back to it. Because the premise of the game, the setup of the game is, it's like modern or whatever, it's normal world. They find a magic book, it takes them to Magic World. You know, it takes them to Fantasy World. And the playable hero character is like, no, fantasy's wrong, we need to live in reality. And they will establish that one of the characters that is sucked into Fantasy World in real life, he's crippled, and his mom's dead, and his dad's like fired or unemployed or about to be unemployed, whatever. His life is terrible, and he gets to be in Fantasy World, where life's awesome. But the protagonist says no. You're not allowed to live in Fantasy World. You have to live in your real world. Gary says, what does Tactics have to do with the Final Fantasy series? Lots of people say their favorite Final Fantasy game is Tactics, but is it really part of the series? It's made by... I think it was made alongside 7. So it wasn't the same team as 7, but they worked with the same team as 7. Cloud is a secret character that you can have join your party, so it's, you know, ostensibly a connected universe. And yeah, it's the same... Well, it's named the same world as 12. It is not the same world as 12. 12 is the same world as Tactics Advance. But Tactics Advance and its sequel and 12 basically ignore Final Fantasy Tactics. She should actually max out her no, that's with equipment, never mind. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, the original. Antiform says, I thought FF Tactics was the world after Magic. No, because there's still magic, there's still monsters, there's still spellcasters. Gary says, I honestly thought Advance and Tactics were the same game. No, Tactics Advance is its own game. But yeah, Tactics is basically War of the Roses in Final Fantasy World. And then Tactics Advance is dumb. But yeah, it's the same setting as Final Fantasy 12. Not bad. Antiform says, it's escapism, can't you see it's not healthy? Yes, but there are some situations in which escape is the appropriate response. There's a difference between escapism and literal escape. You know, you would not tell slaves in the pre-Civil War South that dreaming of the Underground Railroad and escaping to the North is just escapist fantasy and you need to live in the real world. That would be grossly inhuman. Gary says, well, they might have told people that then. And it would be the wrong thing to tell them still. Gary says, to keep them under control, it's not for nothing that rhetoric exists. Yeah, but that's different than trying to advise someone that escapism isn't healthy. I'm not sure I'm going to make it in an hour. I doubt I will, in fact. Gary says, yeah, these things take at least hour 15, hour 20. I don't know how Locke did it. He cheated. One sec. Gary says, especially when I'm trying to make you laugh. It must be very galling to you that Locke made it so quickly. I'm not sure why I'm not doing over 8,000 damage yet. I guess it doesn't really matter, I'm still one-shotting everything, but, yeah. Let me just make sure that I did. Yeah, but I thought it was based on current HP, not the percentage of HP. Gary says, I thought it was, hence why some dual-wield Atmo weapon and Valiant Knife. Well, I tried out Valiant Knife, and that clearly doesn't do very much damage, even with almost no HP, so screw that weapon. You would think with 100 HP out of 7,000, it would do more than 2,000 damage. But no. It was terrible. And I realize that's with the... or it shouldn't be with the offering splitting it, because Atmo Weapon ignores that. So Valiant Knife ought to ignore that. And if it doesn't, then screw the Valiant Knife even harder. Gary says, going around with low HP makes it easier to activate this game's versions of Limit Break, Trance, Overdrive, Oversoul. I forget if it was Nintendo Power or in the game. I'm pretty sure it's not in the game. It was Nintendo Power somewhere. Where it called those Desperation attacks. The, when you're in critical health and you do the super attack. But even at critical health, it's like a 1 in 16 chance or something. Something abysmal. And I'm pretty sure Offering turns it off, so it won't trigger. Gary says it'd be cool to do a stream where you demonstrate the Desperation attacks all in one stream, maybe on Solitary Island. Now, Solitary Island, they would kill themselves too quickly. But I mean, I could vanish everybody and do them here. Because they're invincible here as long as they're vanished and the Tumbleweed isn't alone. Come on, phone, unlock. Thank you. Something. Alright. Just trying to clear some notifications on my phone, and it wasn't waking up for me to swipe them away. 14. Gary says, "Gosh, someone walked in." Tell them to go fuck themselves. Sorry. Duh. You know I'm tired now. Jeez, I forgot that I'm trying to keep this family friendly. Gary says, "I'm at work for most of the morning streams." Hey, you're getting paid to watch me stream, and that... Get on the Patreon then. Help me out here. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Also, last time I checked, the Patreon poll for my next project is now in a 4-way tie. Penn said, "Maybe your poll had too many choices. Boy, don't I know it." Gary says, "My main Patreon person is cutting out all their Patreon levels, so basically bigger donors won't get anything more than anything else. Or anyone else, rather. So I'm dropping my support of that one accordingly." Alright, what level are we at? 88. Gary says, "Wow, she's close to quad 9s already, you're getting there." Yeah, that's why I said I'm not worried about her HP, despite the fact that I missed a key level. Yeah, she did. She already had Flare learned before this grind started. I think that was back in Desert South of Miranda before the raid grind. When I stopped to level up to do the MP, so that I didn't accidentally go past it with like Ebbett's Rock and such, and Cyan Stream. I'm going to do a safety save and see about Dino Forest. It's because she ought to kill Tyrannosaurs in 1 round and Brachiosaurs in 2. Pretty sure none of them have a spell in their first AI routine slot. Gary says, hopefully this doesn't end up as hashtag all hold stuff. Oh, here's the Brachiosaur. No spell, no spell. Okay. This should be its last turn that it gets. So do I get an economizer? No. Gary, I don't think Brachiosaurs have a back attack, so I'm not going to read that horrible, filthy joke. No meteor, no meteor. Perfect. Gary says, oh, just wait. I prefer not to. Gary says, I wouldn't necessarily try this with, say, Strago or Realm. That's a given. They're going to have enough problems outside the Dino Forest. Unless I get an economizer drop and I can just spam magic with them. Gary says, I mean, a quick series could do it gold hairpin time. Unfortunately, I can't do gem box and gold hairpin or economizer without losing the experience egg, at which point they might as well be outside the forest. Gary says, I wonder if follow plays into the battle clock as well. I don't know. It might just be speed. Gary says, I don't remember what the Brachiosaurus disaster attack does. It's a bunch of status effects, I think. I guess I wandered outside the forest. Gary asks, is it magical? I think so. I think it counts as a magic attack. I'm not sure, though. Well, that could happen. And I have lost Vanish. You know what? I haven't checked in a while. She is at 128, actually. So let's get some vigor going. Also, let's save. No magic, no magic, no magic. Didn't even get an attack off. Gary says, I played this game way before FF5 and it's interesting to key certain abilities and relics and items and characters back to that game. Right, it was desperate. What's the other one that's +2 strength? Bismarck, which she has in spades. He says, I wonder if Raiden's True Edge works on these dinos. I don't think it does because they are immune to Scimitar, if I remember correctly. You know, the slicing effect of Scimitar. And I'm pretty sure it's the same trigger. Gary, is the Scimitar Slice the same as Instant Death, Cyan's Final Sword Tech, or are they all different? I'm pretty sure it's not the same as Instant Death, but it is the same as the Sword Tech and Odin and Raiden. Alright, safety save, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit it. MP is the only question, really. JR Dad says, look at all that money, you're loaded like Michael Bay. Michael Bay wishes he had this much gold. Pretty confident I'll get 8 MP in the final level. Gary says, oh wow, HP's already there. Is that with boosts? She doesn't have any equipment that raises her HP or MP. Gary says, Celes is loaded for bear just like Terra. Thanks a lot, plus TW. Hashtag callback. Anyway, we're there. We're 99 with quads and trips. JR Dad says, checked on you last night. You only have like 5 characters left to max, right? I believe so. Get back here. Oh my goodness, Tara. Tara. Oh. Alright, so it reverted the order again. So it did not save the rearrangement that I made. Yeah, we've got Strago, Realm, Setzer, Mog, and Gao. And what the heck am I gonna do with Strago here? I wonder, actually... No, I can't do that because I can't make them clear. You've already got full magic because you were in the what's it? The Welt grind. The Rage grind. I'm just confirming that right now. Yep. You're at 42 magic power. Jared Dead says merit award. Yeah, but if I merit award him, then he can't do offering or anything. Torres says go buy a bunch of rods. I don't know that rods would one-shot though. Breaking the ignore all magic defense. I could, I guess. Any shields that increase magic power. Oh, I thought Magus Cap raised MP. Apparently not. Gary says he won't even hit 128 magic. All 43 levels have to be devoted to boosting the stat. He'll have to rely on armor / relics. Good thing almost all his good equipment does boost magic power. Alright, let's go buy a bunch of rods, I guess. Wait, I did buy a bunch of rods. What kind did I buy? I bought the wrong kind. Alright, let's buy a bunch of pearl rods, I guess. Or whatever. Oh, it's under weapons. The question is, will this multi-target? Or will this just do one enemy? Because if it doesn't multi-target, then it sucks. Also, he should be in the back row. Gary asks, can you buy Fire, Blizzard, Thunder Rods, and World of Ruin even? I bet you can. I would guess that you can. I would be surprised if you could not. Torres says, yes, I know Fire, Ice, Thunder can. Does not multi-target. Pretty sure they resist fire. But we'll see how much damage it does. It did fire too. It sucked. I wonder if Nikia sells them. This isn't Nikia, this is South Figaro. Jeez, I am all mixed up. I don't think South Figaro does, though. Let's find out. That's the rich dude's house. Look, why don't I just jank this ride? Jack this ride. What did I say? Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm just gonna look it up. Screw it. Wow. They are not viable in World of Ruin. Alright, so there goes that idea. Gary says, you'll have to steal. I take it you will use Go-Go. I'm gonna see about just unleashing magic and using tinctures or osmos. Torres says Thamasa. Yeah, that's World of Balance Thamasa. That is not World of Ruin Thamasa. Actually, hell, he knows Ultima. Torres, they are not in Thamasa. That's where I went first. They have Gravity and Pearl Rods. They are viable in Thamasa in the World of Balance only. Gary says, only viable ones in World of Ruin are Pearl and Gravity, not even Poison. Do you have a Poison Rod in your inventory? Yeah, I had 4, I think. I went by them. I saw them. $14. I have 5 fire left. Now the plan is, I'm just going to cast Ultima at dudes, and when I run out of MP, I'm going to use Osmos to recover. Gary says, I sort of doubt anything absorbs wholly here. Yes, but the Pearl Rods don't multi-target, so I would need... First of all, I'd need 4 Pearl Rods per battle. And second of all, it would leave lone tumbleweeds who could break my transparent status. You know, I'm gonna see if Grand Train will kill these guys, because I believe that's less MP. And it's 32 instead of 40. No. But then I don't know if Ultima would kill these guys either. Let's see if Ultima would do more than 6,000. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm sticking with Ultima. I'm just gonna spam it out with gold hairpin. I mean, the other alternative is to use Merit Award Wind Slash and hope for, or Merit Award Tempest and hope for Wind Slash procs. Seems dumb though. Just make sure he's got experience save. Gary says perhaps Merit Award would be best. Do you have one? Yes, I do. But again, I'm just hoping for 1 in 4 procs of Wind Slash if I wanted to multi-attack with it, or multi-target attack. So yeah, this is going to be an hour and a half easy, I would say. Level 63, I need to remember at 68 to equip Bahamut. So I don't forget yet again. Alright, where's Osmos? That was a nice chunk of MP. Let me just do that again. Get nice and full. Now I can go back to spamming Ultima. 65. I wonder if at this point Fire 3 would do it in a shorter animation. Although I wouldn't be able to just hold A, I'd have to multi-target. Yeah, this is the problem. Back to Ultima. Just keep it simple. Torres says looks cool. Not sure if he means Ultima or Fire 3. Filter Excel says, I like how tumbleweeds are deadly in that universe. Well, apparently so are kitty cats. Maybe all the tumbleweed and kitty cats are the things keeping the dinos in the forest. They've got the dinos penned in. Gary says this is going to be a relatively long grind given the length of the animation and Strago's need to constantly re-up his MP. Don't I know it? I will be lucky if it's under 2 hours. Hey, he's at 68. Which means it's time for Bahamut, and he needs it. I'm gonna do a safety save just in case. If I didn't care about his MP, or I didn't care about refilling his MP outside of battle, I could swap the gold hairpin for a gem box and go in the Dino Forest. And just let Ultima. And then the only thing that'd be a problem would be Brachiosaurus, because I couldn't. It would take 3 turns to kill Brachiosaurus. But everything else would be dead in 1 turn. Gary says, I wonder what Spector's special is. Probably that scratch thing that it tries to do on me. Is it the Raichu of the FF6 Cat World? Just be one more level with Bahamut, but it seems like he's still going to be behind in HP. Did I just have it on for an extra level there? I did. I probably needed it though. So, screw it. Screw it, I say. It's gonna be long enough without me resetting. And he's not gonna max out magic power anyway. Get our Osmos on. Let's see how much the cat has. That was not worth it. Return to the squeaky chair. Gary says, while I'm thinking of it, to get Quasar, I'd utilize the save point bug and put Strago in that room in the tower. I'd cast haste on Dark Force too. Not sure which room is that room. Well, he's up to 94 with equipment. Here he says the one was just Dark Force in it, or are there other enemies in there? The little elbow-shaped room between zones. I don't remember. I'd have to check. What level is he at? 77. He's got a ways to go. Also, apparently I missed a call from work. They've called a couple times asking me to cover a shift without realizing that I'm still on medical leave for my shoulder and can't work. But if that's what that voicemail's about, I'm just going to ignore it. If it's not about that, then I'm in trouble, because it'll be bad. Snowboarder for Life says they might be able to screw you if you go in to work while on leave, even for one day. Yeah, I just tell them when they call me that I'm on medical leave, I can't work. I'm recovering from surgery. I don't actually go in. Oh, nice. These guys have tons of MP. Let me just fill right up. Insert old meme, I drink your milkshake, or something. Taurus says, just say you're too high from the drugs. No, I just say, I'm on leave. I'm recovering from surgery. Gary says, was that really a meme? I don't know. It was the one line from, There Will Be Blood that everybody referenced. Gary says, Daniel Day-Lewis. Oof, that method, though. Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is crazy. Like, I think he's legitimately mentally ill. Gary says, unbearable lightness of being is good though, so is Last of the Mohicans. I did not care for Last of the Mohicans. Taurus is pretty sure the guys lived in the woods for like a year preparing for that role. I mean, the guy. He probably forced other people to live in the woods with him, honestly. Like when he was preparing for, what was it? The Lincoln film. I don't know, I forget if it was just called Lincoln or something else. He went around and made people refer to him as Mr. Lincoln or Mr. President. They had to call him by Abraham Lincoln, basically. Like everybody. And he flipped out if they didn't. So his insane method acting does not just affect him, he forces it upon people around him. Gary says, look, not everyone is Jonah Hill, okay? Not sure what that means. Taurus says, wonder what he did to prepare for gangs of New York. Run a butcher shop with an attached brothel. So I predict we're about a half hour to go still. At which point I will need to stop to go feed myself. 24. Yeah, this won't actually be too bad on the MP front. I'll only need to refill about 5 times in total, I think. Via osmos. Alright, let's see what this Mantodia has in the way of MP. That's not bad. I'll take that. Gary says Mantodia. Obviously, it's pronounced Mantodia. I mean, come on, look at it. Fun fact, Mantodia is the order Mantidae, Mantodia is the order Mantidae are the family. Hashtag taxonomy from Gary. Torres says, can you imagine encountering an insect that size in real life? I prefer not to imagine, and that's why I will never go to Australia. Rena says, ew. Torres says, I'd probably soil myself and drop dead on the spot. Yes, Gary, I said it. I don't want to meet bugs the size of people. And Australia is full of horrors. This is such shade. Torres says, perhaps if the gods were merciful, I'd stay alive long enough to capture a video and post on YouTube. Would you, though? Would you really post on YouTube a video of you soiling yourself? Gary says, a video to YouTube as your last desperate act of you crapping your pants. What would Kanye do? Kanye would try to sell the pants for $1,000. Rena says capture a video about the insects, question mark. I don't think Kanye would do that. I think Kanye would be too busy capturing a video about himself. Torres says, no, just footage of the bug. Alright, here's a question for you, Torres. Let's say you have the option of dying on the spot, or you live long enough to capture the video, the footage, upload it to YouTube, but then your death is slow and painful as the bugs tear you apart. Which would you prefer? These are the important questions that we ask here at Final Fantasy VI 100% completion. Gary says slow, painful, and this is important streamed live. No, the way it's going to happen is you're going to get the footage of the bug, you're going to upload it, and then you'll lose the cell phone and be torn apart. Slowly and painfully. There's no live streaming. Rena says, why would he die painfully just to capture footage of an insect? You won't live to see if you got views. Taurus says, ah hell, give me the slow death, small price to pay for YouTube glory. Alright, this should be the last refill. Gary says, I mean, but if you don't share the video, how will anyone learn anything? Rena says, you won't live to feel that YouTube glory. Torres says, I will in spirit. So Torres' answer is predicated on the existence of an afterlife. Gary asked, did Strago finish with Crusader? Crusader was quite a while ago. But yeah, I'm gonna do my safety save at 97 just in case, obviously. But I'm pretty sure he's done with Bahamut. Rena says, aren't you an evil spirit then because you couldn't pass on to heaven? And Torres says, with any luck, I'll be reincarnated as a tumbleweed. Gary says tumbleweeds only get to move after they die, though. I think he means this Final Fantasy monster tumbleweed. Not an actual real-life tumbleweed. Rena says tumbleweed is life. Torres says by then Circle will be done grinding and I'll have no outside threats. I'm at 92, I need to get more levels. So that's the next question. Will I be done in 17 minutes with Strago? I don't think so. Gary asks, will you stream later tonight? Yes, I will. Gary asks, Setzer or Realm? I'm pretty sure Realm is next, and she's going to have a similar strategy as Strago. I don't think she gets any better weapon than the Gradius. Yes, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern is when the evening stream will happen. Daniel Greenberg says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Daniel. Ow. I just hurt my shoulder moving in the chair. That was awesome. That's the other thing I need to do when I'm feeding myself is giving myself painkillers. But yeah, assuming that the social media alert worked today, it will do another one when I start streaming tonight. Torres says, think you'll be able to cheese enemies with Setzer's Gill Toss. I don't know. I don't know the damage formula for Gill Toss. But if I don't do Gill Toss, or if that doesn't work, then offering fixed dice will work. Daniel Greenberg says, I did not mean to injure you and I sincerely apologize for doing so. It's not your fault. My shoulder came pre-injured. It got hurt at work way back in July of last year. At this point, I'm recovering from surgery, which has 3 or 4 more months to go. Gary says at this point there's probably more than enough gil to do it, but in FF3 it's called coin toss. This is a true statement. It is called coin toss in this version. No, it's not, I think. Or is it? I forget. It's either 6 or 5 where it's called GP Rain. I forget which is which. Daniel says, I wish you a speedy recovery from this breeding-related injury. Rena says you should buy yourself ice cream, that helps. I cannot leave the house. I'm not cleared to drive medically, so I'm trapped. Gary says, maybe here it's GP Rain because in 7, GP is only a gold saucer, Gil is regular money, finally. You say that as if Gil is a real currency, any more than gold pieces are. Games have been using gold piece for much longer than they've been using Gil. Goes all the way back to D&D and such. Where the original Final Fantasy took so much influence. Tor the Aardvark says, call someone to get you ice cream. I cannot imagine how expensive it would be for me to use, like, Uber Eats or something to have ice cream brought to me. That would be ridiculously expensive. Gary says, oh come on, Gil has always in the original Japanese been the currency of FF Worlds. It's one of the few constants of the early games can't speak for later than 12. Gary, you seem to have a weird bias for untranslated terms, as opposed to localization. I realize that you don't like Ted Woolsey's localization effort, but that doesn't mean that all localization is bad. Alright, 95. Ugh. And I'm going to need another refill. Gary says, I love that 7 was so disastrous that it shamed Square into translating everything after that well. I'm not even sure that that's the case. It could be that 7 was so successful that it allowed Square to afford to translate things well after that. Daniel Greenberg says, I have to say it's great to log on to YouTube, and scroll away, hold on. It's great to log on to YouTube and see this being played. I just completed my MA thesis, Masters, I guess, thesis on FF6. Good to see this game getting some love. As I understand, Ted only had 30 days to work on the script for this game, and the paging system for the dialogue in the code is not in order, so he kind of had to hop around to do it all. Penn says 7 sold a ton of copies, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Like, more than the SNES series games ever did. Toward the Aardvark says, nah, you call a buddy and go, hi, want to get some ice cream and game FF6. I don't have anybody that would be interested in that. Daniel says, not to mention Nintendo of America's requirement with respect to language, symbolism, etc. Gary says, I mean, of course, the localization, not the sales. Ted, we're on a first-name basis with that villain now. I am repeating from Daniel Greenberg, who apparently wrote a master's thesis on FF6, so, I'm inclined to think he might know more than either of us about Final Fantasy VI, maybe. Gary says, where was that requirement for 7? Where? Tell me. 7 was not published by Nintendo of America for a Nintendo system, so why would Nintendo place those requirements on 7? Gary says, exactly, Circle Master. So I don't understand the point. Gary asks, is that Master's cultural studies or something meaningful and non-frivolous? I don't know. Daniel, what is the Master's in? Daniel says, my master's thesis should hopefully be published in a couple months. It's going through the library archive process here at George Mason University at the moment. Gary, you can't say lol got him when he hasn't had a chance to hear me repeat your comment and answer it. There's lag on both ends here, so have a slight bit of patience. Daniel says it's an MA in computer game design. So, I honestly don't know. All of my experience with game design school programs are like, they're useless garbage, and you're better off just going into like computer science and than getting a job at a video game company, but that's like circa 1990s accurate, so I have no idea how far it's come since then. Daniel says, previous degrees were in information technology and computer science. I'm a federal programmer when I'm not studying games. Oh man, the feds are onto me. Everybody delete your hard drives. Gary says, oh, okay, so like I said, something meaningful and non-frivolous. Torres says, sounds like Gary needs some ice cream. Marina says, YouTube is kind of slow compared to Twitch. In my experience, just with my bad internet, Twitch and YouTube both have about a 15 to 20 second delay from broadcast to appearing. Anyway, it's safety save time, although it looks like I'm golden. Make sure I actually saved. Gary says, nope, trying to cut back, thanks. Daniel says, not gonna lie, ice cream actually sounds really good. I think we can all agree on the goodness that is ice cream. And everybody keeps talking about ice cream, now I want some, and I can't have any, and I'm unhappy. I wonder if I don't. I have like barely any cream. I can't make ice cream Philadelphia style in a hurry. It'd be awesome if I could, but no. I've got like maybe a quarter cup left. Which means I could make a batch of mashed potatoes with it. Really. Gary says Philadelphia style. I've never heard that before. I don't know where the term came from, but in recipe books that I've read, Philadelphia style ice cream is the term used for ice cream that is not made with egg custard. Which means there's no raw eggs, you don't have to worry about tempering eggs or chilling a custard, so it's a lot faster to make. Custard ice cream, you have to make an egg mixture, temper it in a hot liquid base, mix that together to make a custard, let that chill, and then mix it in a mixer, or turn it in an ice cream maker, whatever. Rena says, don't worry, I can't have ice cream either because it's late. Daniel says, anyway, if you're legit curious about the FF6 thesis, I'll post details once it's published. Follow at Winterion, Winterion, on Twitter. I'll push a link there sometime this summer. Gonna get back to work. Cheers, everyone. Good luck, Circle. Thank you, Daniel. Please feel free to come back and push a link here as well. Yes, Gary, that is correct. That is spelled correctly. Torres asks, Sky Mall sells ice cream? I have no idea. Why would I pay for something from Sky Mall? It would cost 10 times as much as a real store. Like, it would probably be cheaper for me to use Uber Eats to get ice cream than order it from Sky Mall. Also, would get here sooner. 98, we're at quad 9s, and yeah, we're 6 MP away from trip 9s. So we should be fine. Also, we're really close to my 90-minute estimate. Daniel47 says, Sup Circle. Hey Daniel47. I guess not to be confused with Daniel Greenberg. Rena says, lol, another Daniel has been given to us. Insomniac Melancholy says, Ultima Spam Heart. Yeah, that's really the only way for Strago to level up consistently. He can't do enough damage with offering. And he can't do group attacks with, what's it? Merit Award. So it's Experience Egg, Gold Hairpin, Ultima Spam. Gary says, there's a lot of pics of food on Daniel's Twitch face. Don't link there if you don't want to be tempted. I get enough of that in the Discord channels I hang out in. A friend of mine in DC, has like super high-end season tickets to Nats Stadium, Washington Nationals baseball team, where he gets free food whenever he attends a game. And, oh my goodness, he posts the most amazing food pics. I hate him. Torres says, next order of business, spam. Love, hate. Or love/hate. I actually like spam. As long as you cook it in some fashion, you fry it or something. To take the edge off. Gary asks, wow, is he like loaded? Also, how much does he weigh? I don't know how much he weighs. He lives in DC. I've never seen him. He just shares food pics. And as far as is he loaded, he makes a good living, but he does a lot of investing in stuff, as I understand, so he doesn't have a lot of liquidity. I think he mentioned one time that the most cash he ever has in his bank is like $600. Gary says, fried to take the edge off. Wow, yeah. Because you just pull it out of the can, it's got that slime to it, and it's like super fatty. You gotta fry it to render some of the fat. Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Strago's done. Where did he get? He got to 120. So he's pretty close to max. Ken asks, are Strago's lures of any use when you have so much regular magic? They seem like mostly duplicates. Grand Train is basically a cheaper Ultima. And Pearlwind is probably some of the best healing you can get. Whoops. And there are some lures that you don't get otherwise, or you don't get the same effect otherwise. So yeah, all these people are 99, we've got 4 to go. And unfortunately the first of those 4 is Rome. Yeah, Gradius is the best that she's got, and she's got horrible vigor. But she can equip a mystery veil. It's not higher. But not Minerva, for whatever reason. But I am going to give her some more magic power. And I'm... Alright, first order. There. Does she actually know Vanish? She does, okay. But she does not know Ultima. What attack spells does she know? She knows Meteor. So we're going to Vanish, and then we're going to spam Meteor until she learns Ultima, and then we're going to spam Ultima. Basically. But I just want to get her set up with Vanish. Gary asks, what's her magic power without equips? I think it's 50. No, it was less than that, because I thought it was 50 before, and it turned out to be like 42 or something. Something garbage. I can't believe that Meteor didn't kill you guys in one shot with my boosted magic power. Taurus says Realms about as unsavory as uncooked spam. Daniel says Nobu is a legend when it comes to music. Rena says, yep, I think Nobu also did the soundtracks in Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, it's 44 magic power without Eclipse. And at 58 hours exactly of playtime, we're going to stop for this morning, afternoon, until tonight. But that will be 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Hopefully you will join me for that. Hopefully the Twitter alert notification thing worked. I'll find out. But in any case, until then, take care.